7-yard line. That's a great call, too. Playing Baker, Farmer will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great play.
That's a way. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored.
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him. Wow.
Edwards pulls up and buries the flag.
Richardson tries, out for Robbie Ryan.
Her three right on the money.
Daniels takes his shot for Derby.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? I am Michael Caratanudo here on a beautiful thirsty Thursday in Arizona. I got to catch up and hear from Sun Devil coach, golf coach, men's golf coach Matt Thurman. His team's in Cabo, and they aren't here a lot in this spring as they're playing different tournaments. They do host one, but we'll get to that in a second. But I am Michael Caratanudo at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as, you guys know, the Twitter. Yes, we do know that as the Twitter. Also, see the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. And you can also check it out, Pitchfork Lunchers. Yes, I know you know this. Just wanted to, remind you that you can watch it on my IG at michael.caratanudo.5. Yes, it is also there. Plus, YouTube. You can watch live on YouTube. Again, go to my YouTube channel, watch live. Guys, when you're there, subscribe, because for those of you watching, yes, you're not missing. I love when you're here with me daily on Pitchfork Lunch. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But I will say this. If you can't watch and you've missed conversations, you've missed interviews, converviews, as we call them here on Pitchfork Lunch, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Again, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Caratanudo, but it's M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe, because, like I said, anything you have missed, guess what? You can go back and watch. And I mean, if you missed any of last season, as we are well into season 2, absolutely crushing it. As we are well into season 2, you can go back and again see the conversations with, coaches, players, voices, analysts, alum, everyone that you have missed. Again, friends of the program on Pitchfork Lunch, and yes, we're making more as we go on. So yes, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. It's like I said, M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Also, for those of you watching, you can let your friends know that you can always, you don't just have to be able, because again, I get it. People, running around doing stuff, but you can listen to Pitchfork Lunch on the best internet radio station on the web, the Casual Sports Radio Network. All one must do is go to www.ksrnaz.com. Page will open up, click listen live, hit play, bam, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. There is Pitchfork Lunch, your Sun Devil content on the Casual Sports Radio Network. Again, so stoked that Casual E invited us over, and we are a part of the Casual Sports Radio Network. So once again, it's again. So as you know, I would love for you to watch in those other avenues. But if you're driving, going to meet some people for lunch, and some some hydration, obviously on a thirsty Thursday, you're going to meet friends for lunch. You can stream it through your Bluetooth. So you go to www.ksrnaz.com. Like I said, on your phone, page will open up. Click listen live, hit play through your Bluetooth. You're in your car, you're driving, bam, you got it on KSRN. You're going to meet your friends for lunch. You get out of the car. Yes, you can still listen, obviously, but if you want to watch, go ahead. But just don't drive and watch. Of course, so like I said, I want you to watch, but you're smarter than that. Pay attention to the road. Your Sun Devils, Forks up to that. So yes, don't pay attention to the road. Get to where you're going safe, and then again, you're going to lunch. You can watch, obviously, very, very awesome. But when you're on the Casual Sports Radio Network website, guys, subscribe to their socials, because Casual E, not just hooking you guys up with, again, great, with wonderful Sun Devil content, as we do here on Pitchfork Lunch, but he has got you covered when it comes to the Suns. Yes, struggling. The Cardinals at the Combine, the Liars Poker now starts, as I say, and rumor mill and rumors about certain players, because of teams after. Actually, I won't say they'll start. They'll start when the Combine wraps up, because if a team, is getting eyeing a certain player, it's funny how reports about certain players or things might come out about later. But either way, Casual E, again, with the Cardinals, got you covered. So the Suns, the Cardinals, Diamondbacks in spring training. I mean, speaking of, Coach Gillingham went out and went out and hung out with the Diamondbacks. Torey Lovello had him out there with the team, and he got to hang out and talk to obviously Torey Lovello. Coach Gillingham addressed the team. So absolutely awesome. But Casual E's got you covered with that. The Diamondbacks, spring training is rolling, and the Mercury, Diana Taurasi, again, retiring GOAT. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But Casual E has you covered. So again, go to www.ksrnaz.com. Click, you'll see the page opens up. Subscribe to their socials. Get the updates. Enjoy Pitchfork Lunch Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Again, so stoked to be part of the KSRN family. And again, all over the world on the greatest internet radio station on the web. So check us out there. All right. So yesterday, talked baseball, getting a split with UCLA. And guess what, my friends? Baseball got a split with UCLA as they, again, on the road, and they in LA, again, lost the first one 8-4, but another, again, just phenomenal pitching performance by the bullpen. Look, overall a little tough, but I mean, the bullpen, it's again early on, but they're building momentum, shaping up to be a very they're going to give a lot of teams in the Big 12 headaches, and pitching, but this offense too. And Jacob Tobias, I mean, the first game had a day. Let's put it that way. Going 4 for 4, but they lost 8-4. But yesterday, 2-0, they shut the Bruins out, my friends, and that in and of itself. And I mean, look, both teams did nothing for 6 innings. Well, pitching did a lot. Let me rephrase. The pitching did a lot. Because it was scoreless through 6. The top of the 7th is when the Devils struck and got the 2 runs. So yeah, the top of the 7th started, and they got 2 runs as Landon Harrison walked. And then Isaiah Jackson doubled down the right field line, and Harrison came in and scored. Then Matt King got hit by a pitch, and then Manny Garza singled to third base, beat the throw out, and the bases were loaded. And then Zavorik singled up the middle, and Isaiah Jackson came in and scored. And that's the 2 runs again that the Devils got real quick. But look, you get the split with UCLA. Pitching wise, Derek Schaefer started the game. 4 again, 2 hits, but no runs, no errors. Struck out 5, K'd 5, walked 0. Beautiful. Through 53 pitches in 4 innings. Extremely efficient and dominant start there. Then Cole Carlone came in for 3 innings, and he gave up 1 hit. No runs, obviously. None earned. He also had 5 Ks, had 1 walk through 47 pitches. You'll take that. And then Lucas Kelly came in for an inning. Again, 0s, 1 strikeout, no walks through 12 pitches. Will Koger came in and threw a third of an inning, gave up a hit and a walk through 13 pitches. And then Sean Fitzpatrick came in for the final 2/3. Again, put up 0s, 1 strikeout, no walks through 7 pitches, 132 total pitches thrown by the Devils, and 12 total strikeouts. Absolutely awesome. To 2 walks, and just shut down the UCLA batters. So they get the 2-0 win. The Devils improve 2. Well, now they're both 7-2 because UCLA falls to 7-2. The Devils improved to 7-2, and now they come home, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But they come home to open up, or no, sorry, my conference play. Minnesota's in the Big Ten, but the Golden Gophers are going to be here tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow on Saturday at 6:30. We'll get to that tomorrow too. Sunday at 1 p.m. All at Phoenix Muni, as you guys know. I'll say also Tuesday, March 4th, UNLV will be here. But again, Minnesota up first. We'll talk about Minnesota a little bit more tomorrow, but their team, not the Devils baseball, but we'll get back to again. So huge win there for Coach Bloomquist again and the team as they keep the rivalry, historic rivalry with UCLA going. They're at Jackie Robinson Stadium. They get the split. And improved, like I said, to 7-2. Men's hoops last night, man. If you were in DFA like I was, and I know a lot of you saw it, too much blue, and I told you they'd come out. And hearing those BYU chants, man, Bobby Hurley with a shorthanded team, and look, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you because they have their own problems. They're going to come out and get it done, but they lose to BYU. They have their own problems to deal with, but man, completely shorthanded. Alston Mason's been sick all week, so Alston Mason did not play. We knew about Jaden Quaintance with his, getting banged up again, and they're obviously, doing their due diligence with Quaintance, who's had a phenomenal season so far. So Mason out, Quaintance out, and yes, you guys know, no BJ Freeman. He was gone. So that's 3 that are out. And then, I mean, you look at the starting lineup last night for the Devils. Yeah, Bashir Jihad, Joe Sansanin in the starting lineup. And again, he played all. Well, Jihad and Sannon played all 40 minutes. Adam Miller only played 13 because I was going to get that. He got banged up, and he says caught a hip, but we'll hear from him. He said he'll be good to go. He played 13 minutes, but Amir Ali played 39. Sean Phillips Jr. played 36. Trevor Best, man, this freshman, and again, we have talked about it, guys. You've heard Coach Hurley talk about it. I talked about it. This kid finished high school in December, came over, enrolled. He reclassified. He graduated in December, was enrolled in the spring semester, and started practicing with a team. They had, a scholarship there. And Trevor Best, as a freshman last night, and coach just talked about him, picking up chemistry with the guys is obviously is huge, but picking up what they want to do, their calls defensively, how they're doing things, and even, offense running it. And man, Trevor Best, Joe Sanson, and Amir Ali, these are freshmen. Again, not trying to overlook. I'm not overlooking the struggles, you guys, Pitchfork Lunchers, you know me, not at both sides of my mouth. Been lucky enough to cover ASU for a long time. And yes, when things are painful, and like I always say, it's you got to see wins, but when you're battling, when you're outman like that, or outman shorthanded, when you're very shorthanded like that, what are you supposed to do, right? What is the team supposed to do? And could they put their heads in the sand? Could Amir Ali and Bashir Jihad and even, Adam Miller go through the, just kind of go through the motions? But yeah, they got down, but they battled back. They were fighting. And it was awesome to see. It was not awesome. Look, this is the fan in me, non-journalist. And again, I'm not saying anything about them as people, but it was annoying to hear the loud BYU chants. Like we would hear chants from fans of that school down south. That was really annoying. I knew they'd show out. But this team for Bobby Hurley, and we'll hear from him, and we'll hear from absolutely fighting. They fight. They will fight. Who's ever on the court is going to fight. Yes, there's going to be some mistakes, but they're going to fight. But anyway, so Bashir Jihad, Josan Sanam, Adam Miller, Amir Ali, and Sean Phillips Jr. starter. Trevor Best played 24 minutes, 5 for 8 field goals, guys, 2 for 3 from 3, and 100% from, my favorite spot, the free throw line, 6 for 6. The Devils were, 19 of 26 overall, which is 73%. Like it up about 75, 80, but still, Bashir Jihad was 4 for 4. Josan Sannon, 4 for 8, 7 of 17 from the field. He did miss all his 3-pointers, so 0 for 6. But you could see, this is a game where Josan Sannon, even though, again, sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story, he looked comfortable, like he's getting his legs back. His game legs, and just his shot, looking like it did. And 3-pointers were challenged. The Devils were 8 for 23 from 3. BYU was 17 of 34. 50% from 3. You get that hot, and it was frustrating because there's a few plays where the Devils that people are like, God, did they close out? Did they defend a 3-point line? They did. Adam Miller talks about it. I asked Coach Hurley about it too post game. We'll hear from that. We'll hear from them. But guys, this team's fighting. Like, the sign to me of a coach that A, the message is there and getting through, and B, we always talk about you have leaders on the team like, an Austin Mason, even though he's sick, wasn't with the team, but in general, an Adam Miller who was, running the point while he was in there. And again, he collided with a BYU player, went down. He went up to the training table again in the first, tried to come back in the second half, and then got nicked again, and it's his hip. Just being a warrior, and you'll hear about what he says about, obviously, they're working on him. It felt like he could come back, or why he wanted to come back. So that, but to me, the sign of a team, yes. Because, and I know a lot of you have heard me say this like a million times probably in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, but they're battling. They're in these games, and sometimes you're just playing the teams better. And then you look at, the struggles at home, not acceptable, right? Not acceptable. I mean, coach, the first one to say it. Adam Miller, it is frustrating to not take care of home court. Everybody knows you're not going to win every single game in your home court, but you want to be, at a place where teams come in and already coming in thinking that, we're down, proverbially like, 7 to 10 points, 5 to 10 points right away, just because this is like their home court. They're taking care of business. This is a year that again, with the injuries, guys that have been, out. Obviously, Quaintance has been in and out. Joe Sansanin, Austin Nunez transfer back. I was excited to see him. Gets banged up again. Like, it's just on and on and on. But I mean, they're fighting, and so yeah, and Bobby Hurley Jr., who got a nice forearm shiver last night after Coach Hurley got a technical foul. After the play, he got a technical foul because he gets a forearm shiver, gets like chucked. And no, he wasn't. It wasn't like, oh, a flop chuck. No call made. It was just ridiculous. And look, we're not going to go down the road of officiating again. There were some absolutely terrible calls last night. The from BYU, Traore. That guy had a phenomenal game. He was 4 for 5 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 10 points. But when you're that big, if you can set that many moving screens, and we had this great conversation with Kyle Dodd a few weeks ago, like if you can set that many moving screens, like you got to be kidding me. Like he never planted, and then he's reaching his arm out and like just kind of making sure that like they're going around his arm. Like how I don't care. Like yes, I care about pace of game, just like you. Anybody that watches hoops, like you get so many whistles, you can't play. It's hard to play. Under that, under like, the refs constantly blowing the whistles, right? Like we understand that, but you can't look at it and say, oh, well, we're just not going to call it. Or if we start calling that, then it's going to be even more ridiculous. But I don't know. I can't, I go crazy because again, if it's a foul, it's a foul. Like no one has to be set on a screen, and inevitably it's a foul to take a moving screen. Like, yeah, you can say a pick and roll. If a guy rolls and he's got somebody on his back and he's going down the lane, like, okay, the guy's behind him. Like he has to, he can go to his spot. The defender is right there. But Traore said so many moving screens, I wanted to vomit. But again, 17 of 34 from 3. Yes, we understand that. So, but yeah, I mean, it's I mean, you look at it, Richie Saunders was 6 for 11 from 3. Trevin Nell was 5 for 6. Mawat Mag was 2 for 2. Dalen Hall was 2 for 4, as was Dawson Baker. And then both, as was Traore. Oh, no, that's free throw. I'm sorry. So 3-pointers. Saunders was 6 for 11. Trevin Nell was 5 for 6. Mawat Mag was 2 for 2. Dalen Hall was 2 for 4, as was Dawson Baker. Yeah, I was right there. I mean, it's just, and then you have, Igor Demon was 0 for 1. Trey Stewart 0 for 2. Cannon Catchings 0 for 3. And Mihailo Boscovich was 0 for 1, but still 17 of 34, 50%. Now, they're a terrible free throw shooting team. I mean, they shot 15 free throws and they were 6 for 15. I guess it's 40%. So there, and ASU turnover wise, BYU had 11, ASU had 9, and that's their second time this year. They've been under double-digit turnovers, which again, even a 9, I'm sure Coach Hurley would say, too much. But man, like I said, people need to see wins. But when you're shorthanded like that, when you, I mean, look, you coach, you play, and Coach said, he was expecting, 40 minutes from Adam Miller, and he gets banged up on a hustle play, but 91-81 is your final. So we'll hear from them very shortly. Coming up. Also, women's hoops last night. We didn't forget about women's hoops. You know this here on Pitchfork Lunch. They were in Boulder taking on the Buffaloes. Right. want to say, yeah, Boulder. And it was a tough one. It was a tough one. Saw Ty Skinner warming up. She looked good, but Colorado at home took care of business 89-54 over the Devils last night. The second quarter, well, I mean, the first three quarters is tough. I mean, they got outscored 22-11 in the first, 19-9 in the third, 29-11 22-11 in the first, 19-9 in the second, 29-11 in the third. But then they outscored Colorado 23-19 in the fourth. Jaylen Brown led the team with 17 points. 6 for 6 from the line. Her and Ty Skinner were 100% from the line. They were 6 for 6 and 4 for 4. They were 10 for 11 last night, which is 91%. So yeah, you'll take that. Wishing you could have got the line a little more, but Brown had 17. Kennedy Basham had 11 points. She was 5 for 8 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 blocks last night. Another 4 blocks for Kennedy Basham. Down low, but she had 11 points, and then both Skinner and Michaela Moore had 7. And Nevaeh Parkinson and Addison Novosel had 6. Novosel played 13 minutes. She was 2 for 2 from the floor, both from behind the arc as well. So 89-54. I mean, you look at Colorado. They had 4 players in double figures, and Lior Garzon led the charge with that with 17. Kendall Wetta had 12, and then Johanna Tedder and Ariana Johnson had 10 apiece, and then a few players with 9 right there. But yeah, they were 9 for 13 from the free throw line. So I mean, they shot 13, the Devils shot 11. So getting out of crazy discrepancy either way there, but 9 for 13 is 69%. So that, my friends, is absolutely but that's tough, man. That's tough. I mean, like I said, they got a solid overtime win against BYU on the road, and then went over to Boulder to take on Colorado. And yeah, it just got tough. But 89-54 is your final there. And rebounding wise, though, I mean, the Devils got crushed on the boards 44-27. It's been a while since that's happened, because ever since Coach talked about it, this team has crushed it on the board. So hey, we're gonna step aside. When we get back there, we're gonna hear from Bobby Hurley, and we're gonna hear from Adam Miller. Again, you'll see Coach Hurley's emotion, but we're gonna step aside real quick here on Pitchfork Lunch, and we'll have more coming up. Again, we'll hear from Coach Hurley, and again, just one of the awesome leadership, but in play. And we'll hear from Adam Miller after last night's tough one against BYU.
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports. With topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird gang. I know it was another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always relay that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating.
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority. Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird gang. I know it was another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always relay that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yeah, he's a bright spot. I usually don't talk real positively after a game with singling somebody out, but yeah, it was easy to say, like, that kid was in high school in December, got to us, and hasn't had a lot of time to really adjust to being here and playing this level. So that was certainly a bright spot.
When did you find out that you didn't have?
I'm just glad he's healthy too at the beginning.
When did you find out you didn't have Mason?
That was a tough one because it was like yesterday he came in and he didn't practice, but he didn't look good. We watched film. He watched the film part of getting ready, and then he left and we sent him home, and then he was again at film at shoot around, and he didn't do anything either, but I thought he was going to play, and then he just was really sick all afternoon, and called me late in the afternoon, and I found out that he was. And I can't risk sending someone out that can't go. That's why I shut Adam Miller down. He wasn't moving good, so in the second half we got a couple of minutes out there and he wasn't looking right. So
just kind of adds to everything.
Yeah, the universe is talking about something right now to me, and I don't know what it is.
Anything new on JQ?
JQ was certainly out tonight. He's going to be out on Saturday as well. He's got a right knee, and his family is just doing their due diligence with the medical, and we're not sure or going to put a timetable on when he'll return.
It looked like only half of the team came out for the game. Did that kind of feel like a sign of things to come?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean. And it's kind of the last thing that I thought I would get as a question today, but I'll address it. We were initially both teams not coming out. A couple of games ago, we decided it was a positive thing to come out for the anthem, so we started doing it. I think the last time we were here at DFA, we were all stuck out for like 2 extra minutes. So we didn't really have the exact timing set on it, and my remarks to the team took maybe about 30 seconds to a minute more, so I'll take the hit on that. We literally ran to get everybody out for the game.
Given that you're so shorthanded against a really good team, you got to be pleased with how hard your guys played, and they didn't back down and they didn't quit.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this most of the time in the losses, but it's we didn't have 4 starters in the game, and for a variety of reasons in this game against a team like this. I thought when we played them the first time, it was our first league game, they had a really solid non-conference, and they probably should have beat Ole Miss. They lost in overtime. Watching them, they looked a lot better in film, and I saw a team that day that I thought would be like an NCAA tournament type team, and that's what they are. They're strong, they got really good shooting, they run good stuff, and they're older. There are a lot of old guys on the team. Not all of them are old, but some.
For the guys that, Coach back here, for the guys that did play today, Josan Sandos had 18, Jihan 19, Ali played pretty well. What do you make of how the team played with only having 6.5 guys?
I mean, it's not easy. So I give them a lot of credit, a lot of respect for not mailing it in, not putting their head down or feeling sorry for themselves. I thought we did the best we could, and the score. I think they were better. I mean, they had more options, more guys. We had guys playing that haven't really played much or aren't in these roles or haven't been all year. That's just the circumstances we're in. But they all stepped up and they gave us something, and they fought again. So
it seemed like a physical battle in that kind of aspect as well. A lot of times where guys are getting hit with hard screens or having to kind of elbow through in the paint. What do you make about the way that your team's able to kind of fight, not only on the score sheet, but also like physically, literally against everybody?
I mean, they're tough kids, and we've been in a lot of hard games this year. I mean, our strength of schedule is super high. It's one of the top 10 or 15 or whatever it is in the country. So we've played a lot of good teams and been in a lot of close games. They haven't really backed out of many games so far, and that's just in their nature to try really hard.
And other than conference record, what's the most frustrating thing about 2025?
Yeah, when you see like Adam Miller go down and then he can't really come back, it's a microcosm of everything that's happened, and it's just that's why I said, is the universe talking and saying something, or things just not meant to be? It's just like, because when I walked in the building, I had him for like 38 to 40 minutes. He's not in foul trouble, like knowing who's going to be out and not available and all the stuff, like, and then he goes down like really early. So it's just, I'm scared to wake up. I hope I wake up tomorrow. I think I hope I will, but I'm scared to see what tomorrow brings.
And Coach, when
it seemed like defensively, I mean, the communication was there. When a team gets, I mean, as hot as they were from three, I mean, you've been obviously a shooting guard, you shot hot like that. How, I mean, frustrating was it defensively? It seemed like the closeouts were there and they're just sinking these threes.
Yeah, we had some where, I mean, Saunders, I think, in transition, I think we helped strong side on him once. You can't help strong side on him when he's in the corner. And Nell, we had miscommunication. He lined up a wide open one on the right wing. But, so there were some that we, didn't handle well defensively, but obviously they're playing very confidently. They're a very good team. They're older. They had a bunch of guys come back, and they sort of know each other very well. They trust each other, and they're a very good team.
What was the dialogue you had with the refs on the table for the game?
I don't really want to get into it. I was fired up, tonight, maybe a little more than I've been the last like 5 or 6 games. There've been a lot of hard things happening in our program, and I think I might have been a little bit too emotionally charged. But they were good tonight. I think it was really, I feel like, a well officiated game tonight.
This game, the team takes straight from the loss.
I mean, I thought it was a good crowd. I thought, they supported us, and I'm glad that they did. We got to figure out how to play better here, but we're shorthanded in this game. There are several other games this year that we had no business losing here, so we have to own that, certainly. But we appreciate their support, and we talked about us playing better on the road in neutral games, and how do we play better here, and just haven't solved that.
Couple more.
Coach, with Ollie and Best, who looked really great tonight, how does that forecast to next season?
Man, the Sun Devils should be happy about Best. I mean, you throw him in there ice cold. He hasn't had a ton of practice. Because, to be straight with you, like, we played well at Kansas State because we practiced well for 2 days, and we had full complement of players. I can't even practice anymore because I can't afford to get any of the 6 guys. And now we could certainly add Trevor to that mix, but this late in the year with all that's gone on here, just can't afford to get anybody injured. So he hasn't had a lot of time to get reps either. So for him that's a testament to his working on his game and getting extra work in after practice, and getting ready to play. Like, he wasn't scared out there, and played fearlessly. So excited for the future for him, for sure.
Was it Adam's knee? Was it a knee?
No, he got elbowed early in the chest area. That was the first time, and then he got caught like right in his hip area. So it's on that it's kind of an unfortunate play.
One more. Anybody?
How you feeling?
I'm alright. Probably got to guard Gabe Madison running off 50 million screens on Saturday, so gotta make sure I get in here early with our trainer John, and just take care of my hip as best as possible. I took that knee right on my hip where it's not a lot of muscle in that area. So like when that collision happened, I was having like muscle spasms. It was hurting at the time, and then I think when I got the steal and I got the layup, it just kind of, I think the medicine was wearing off that they kind of put in the area. So I probably had like 2, 3, 4 more threes in me. I'm not gonna lie, but coach said shut it down. So.
What can you say about the way this team battled, given the players you were without, the way you guys battled?
Yeah, I mean, that's the hoorah. You get everything that you want when you win, but there's 2 sides of it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you have years when it's up and down. Sometimes you have years when people hurt, things on the team happen, and we're not in the best spot, but I think, like I told my teammates, we just got to tighten our mechanics up and just stay as a team. this is a great opportunity. We're at Arizona State University. We're playing for a great team in the Big 12. Like, I've been just telling myself to go out there and have fun, let loose. And by the time I was out there, it was fun playing with my teammates. I'll never get this time back, so I'm just happy to be out there with my guys.
What'd you think of?
How impressive was it to see Trevor Best do his thing tonight?
Say that again.
How impressive was it to see Trevor Best doing his thing tonight?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing, man. Man, he's got here like in January. He's been a very, very good teammate. He's a young, explosive point guard. I was telling him in practice the other day that you're going to get minutes by picking up people full court. I told him pick Mace up full court. Like, you want to play, go do that. And, he just took advantage of his opportunity, and I'm just proud of the kid because it's not easy to go out there and do that. It's not easy to go out there and do exactly what he did, so I'm just proud of the kid. I was telling him that, like, I made sure I told him to.
Talk about how being chasing around screens, how difficult was it to copy while you shooting them?
It was very difficult. I think we were too relaxed on defense. We messed up some switches. I think we could have did a better job probably pregame because there's a fine line of things you can say like, okay, we're going to switch this, but in the game it looks different. Sometimes they may set a screen, sometimes they may not. Sometimes it may be a handoff. Sometimes you may think your teammate's going to do something, but you know what I'm saying? So we got to get better at that. We probably got to, practice it a little bit more, and I think that will be good. We'll get better at that.
And then Adam, obviously it's tough being short-handed, but when you see, do you feel that Joe Son tonight, like, finally, like, is kind of getting back to that form of where he was before he got hurt?
Yeah, man, Joe Son's really good. Joe Son, and I don't say this about a lot of people, but I believe Joe Son's a better shooter than me. The kid's really, really good. He has raw potential. I think that over time he will be the player that everybody thinks he is. I think that he's got a lot of areas to grow in, and not necessarily like I said, he's raw. And he went out there today. I think he just needs to keep doing the things that make him good. Like, you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to take a person one-on-one from top of the key. Like, let the offense move, get you a pin down. Let's get a ball screen, have him shake up out the corner, get him in a long closeout with a guy in a long closeout. He can shoot it or get downhill. And he was patient today. He got to the spots, and I don't think he had a bad game. It's tough being short-handed. Right. But we're playing guys who are freshmen. It's hard. That team is old, so that's a big difference.
And then, what did you think of the movement? Obviously, without Alston in, but it seemed like you guys, even early on, were moving the ball pretty well.
I think that, I was at the one, so I was just trying to move the ball a little bit. I didn't get to see too much when I got out, but we were still in the game, so my team was fighting, and I think that I was just trying to trying to push the tempo, and when I'm in at the one, basically try to control the pace.
I know it's early, but do you think you're going to be good to go for Saturday?
Yes.
When you guys are already short-handed, how frustrating was it for you when you did go down with injury to know that you're getting even more short-handed?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. When I walked to take the little training table over here, I didn't think I was gonna come back. But shout out to our doctors and our training team. They got me back out there at least a little bit to help out the team. And I was just trying to do the best I could. I didn't want to leave my teammates out there like that, we're so short-handed. And I didn't want to leave coach out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the person who's gonna take all the hits is coach. So it wasn't sitting well with me. I almost broke down a little bit because I don't want to leave my team and coach out there like that.
What's it been like internally, just conversations you have with your teammates in recent days, given all the adversity that you guys have been through?
I think we're at a spot where everybody can do something better. I mean, everybody. Definitely myself included. There's a lot I can do better. And it's it's the time of the year. It's, three games left now. So it's kind of like it's 3 games left. So it's kind of a little, we should have been saying this a little early. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can do something better, but it's never over till it's over. Big Ike was over there talking to us, and I've been hearing this a lot. Like, teams get hot. It's bound to happen to anybody. And if you find yourself hot at the right time, anything can happen. So we're still in that boat, and we're not going to give up.
Adam,
comment on it? I ain't got no comment. Yeah, I ain't got no comment.
Adam, what do you make of obviously like the way the freshmen played today, and then Janie Quinn's performances lately that have been kind of getting back into the groove, and like that freshman class, and they've been able to kind of grip the confidence later in the season?
We got really good freshmen. Like I said, but they're so raw, and I think that it just takes time. Like some of the things Josan does as a freshman, like his mistakes, I see like I did it. So it's like I can't really get mad. I try to just kind of be a big brother to him. Like we was in film the other day. He had a clip when we played BYU last time. He threw a cross-court pass and they picked it off. And coach hadn't came in yet, but our manager Eli was in there, and I made him play the clip 5 times in front of everybody. But trying to kind of getting on him, but really just like having fun, you know what I'm saying? But just like, you know what I'm saying? Like it happens though. And like I said, I see a lot of my younger self in him, and I think he's gonna be really good. JQ was playing his ass off. I feel like he was the best player in that Kansas State game, and he was doing so well in that game. You know, we're hearing big news about him soon, and then Amir Ali's been picking up his play also. You know, he had a slump, and also I had a slump my freshman year. I mentally wasn't getting as many touches as I thought I should have here and there. Felt like I could do more, and you know, whatever's going on in his mind, I told him just create energy, and the ball will find you, and certain shots will be knock shots down. Like, you know, it's easy to have that Kobe mentality when you're not hot. Like, okay, keep shooting. Nah, sometimes it's not that. You know, sometimes it's go get an offensive rebound, go get a steal, and you're gonna get yourself going. I think he did that, and that's how he got his game back. So our freshmen are doing good, and then Trevor, you know, what he did today, it's not easy to do that.
Adam, obviously dealing with a lot of adversity tonight, but overall, you guys haven't really played well at home. How frustrating is that for you, especially as a veteran, knowing how important it is to defend your team?
Oh man, it really is depressing, honestly. That topic and not taking care of home court, because man, like, you know, you want to give the fans a reason to come here every day. We didn't do that, and you know, but it is what it is. We still got our guys that we got in that locker room, and there's still people who still come out to support us, and we got everybody in here. So I think that we roll with who's rolling with us, and we keep going. It's not over until the fat lady sings.
Anything else?
And there they are. Bobby Hurley, head coach Bobby Hurley, and Adam Miller. And I mean, you know, both talked about the fight, which was, again, awesome to see. But, and, you know, being undermanned, but, you know, Adam Miller, again, just that leader, like you said, you know, that little story with Joe Son about, you know, throwing the cross-court pass when you're seeing, and, you know, just have the manager play it a few times. But it's picking up the freshman. Yeah, I mean, teaching. And he said, well, Trevor Best, again, this kid was in high school up until December, and he enrolled and they had a scholarship. And Coach Hurley said, you know, not getting to practice the way they want to. Where have we heard that before? Coach Dillingham last year. So, again, that being said, but yeah, I mean, Coach Hurley, just the emotion, and it wears on you. And even when he said, well, I will go to bed, I hope I wake up tomorrow. And yes, it's one of those seasons. But with, you know, with injuries and being short, I mean, football last year, and I'm not saying that ASU and basketball is going to win the Big 12 next year. So there's more to do this year. Just like Adam Miller said, again, you get hot. Who knows what you can do in the Big 12 tournament? Plus with these last few games. But Adam Miller, like you said, he said he would be good to go on Saturday. So again, he didn't want to leave his teammates out there, and that's why, you know, he came. You know, try to come back in, and Coach talked about, you know, just shutting them down as well. So, yeah, but we're going to get out of here. Again, that'll do it for today, guys. Awesome. So glad you were able to join. And I will see you tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel on a Friday. Again, we got softball tonight as they are taking on Oregon State at Farrington. Yes, at Club Farrington, for all of you fans. And in the ASU Invitational. This is the ASU Invitational. Last week was Sun Devil Classic. I don't want to screw it up. The ASU Invitational. So Oregon State, Seattle U, Yale, UTEP, Utah State, and then they take on Oregon State against Sunday at 11:30 a.m. So again, a ton. But tonight 6 p.m. and then tomorrow at 4 and 6:30. But we'll get to that tomorrow as well. So nonetheless, but again, yes, beat Oregon State tonight. We'd love to see that old Pac-12 foe, as they've done pretty good against Pac-12 foes, Oregon, Washington, and Cal. So yeah, getting them in here early. So we'll see what they can do at 6:30 at Club Farrington. So look, everybody have a great rest of your Thirsty Thursday. Hopefully we quench some of that, a lot of that Sun Devil thirst. I will see you tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. And yes, you guys know it. As always, hashtag our state. Thanks to Big 12 champs, women's volleyball, for always letting us, or for always reminding us of that. And you know it. As always, forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Play fake. Plummer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great play.
That's away. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down. He scored.
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. But it does.